According to Phantom, this is the easiest ICT strategy to learn. Deadass. Well, we'll see if it's true together. I'll show you what indicator to use, and with my background in AI and data science, and as your trading journal expert, I'll show you how I would gather data and what I would look for with this strategy if you want to make it yours and use it over the long term to get funded. Let's first check out some examples of the strategy you're about to learn. I'll even show you which indicator to use to make things even simpler and my specific settings on it. Then I'll give you the 4 easy steps to find this setup yourself. So we're in the middle of the London session, so let's put our levels. Let's see if we can get a sweep of those levels. There we go. And we just got a close below this low. We covered the high. And let's just go for a 1 to 2. So very nice. Alright, so we have all the rules set up. And see, some people would have waited for this level to be taken out, and maybe we can still get there, so I'll have my stop loss touch, but I know that this is the important level I'm looking for. Let's see how it goes. And there you go, 10,000 in profit for the month. So you see here, I did not wait for this high to be broken, right? I was expecting this level to hold. What I was aiming for was this high right there. So got one loss during the London session, but we were able to make it back and more during the New York session. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so we came back to stop loss, but we just took out this level. So I'm still interested to take a trade during the New York session. So I just got taken out during the London, but we might still see a trade during the New York. Very nice, so this is all I'm waiting for. Stop loss just above, and then let's just go for a 1 to 2. I'm allowing myself to take a second trade during the New York session, if ever I took a trade during London. But you can just adjust as you want. Let's see if we can make the profit back from the drawdown. Beautiful. Alright, so this concludes the end of the month, and we finished at around 8% in profit. And we took a lot of trades, so I can't wait to review all of those. So on FX Replay, you can just go there on indicator and just write session, and this is the first one, session indicator by FX Replay, which is the one I have right there. And on TradingView, you can just take any indicator that shows those 3 sessions and adjust the hours by what I'm going to show you. I had to change the times because those were set in UTC. So after you've put your time at New York right there, you can just go there and copy those hours. That's simple. So pretty much the Asian session will go from 8 to 3 a.m. This is only according to Phantom. Then from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. we'll have the London session. And then from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. New York time, we'll have the New York session. Alright, so for the rules, maybe you already guessed what the strategy was about based on the example I just showed, but pretty much what we're doing is we're looking to take out the previous session high or low. So if you're trading London, you're looking at the Asian session, and if you're trading New York, you're looking at the London session. What we're doing is we're following the hours that Phantom gave in his video. So then we wait for a sweep of this level. That's pretty simple. What's interesting in his strategy is that instead of waiting for a comeback to a fair value gap, which is not always allowed, that's true. What he's doing instead is waiting for a break of structure with a body on the 5 minute. So he's entering a market order right at this level. So he's not waiting for a comeback. And then finally, he's going for a 1 to 2. So one thing I would really advise to study with this strategy is what would happen if you would use a fair value gap instead of directly entering at the market order. What would be the effect on your results? Because if you look at my last example right there, look what we have here. Fair value gap. So just by using this fair value gap, you could just use the same stop loss, and by moving the order right there, you were able to get around 1 hour more for this trade, and you could go for a 1 to 3 instead. So personally, if I was interested in trading this strategy, I would study different entry model, because I find that using a 5-minute close and then entering right away is not as refined. Of course, if you like this easy approach, or if you're just starting and you're a beginner, I think that's a great way to start and not miss trades. Then you can gather data. But if you're a little bit more advanced, I would study using a fair value gap or even a 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. Look at here. Isn't it interesting? Almost perfectly to the 61 and the fair value gap, and then we went down and stopped at the -1 extension. So those are some small things I would study in my journal, and then I would calculate everything, and then I would see how this affects my results over a long run. Let's now check the statistics. So because this is such a simple strategy, I was able to find 16 trades within 1 month. So I think that's pretty obvious, because every time we're able to break the high or the low of the previous session. But overall 50% win rate, very respectable to be honest, because of the simplicity of this strategy. And we eventually went for 10% in a month. So around 2/3 of the backtest I was at around 10% in profit. I had a small drawdown and then finished with a winning trade, and we finished the month with 8% in profit. So those are pretty nice results. You can see here that most of my losses were during Wednesday. So that's interesting. I like looking at those results. But if you think this strategy isn't really for you, I presented a 85% win rate strategy right there. So click on this video.